Hey, greetings all. Dr. X here. It sounds like I'm coming through, so that's great. For all of you that are out there right now watching this, you're probably watching it on a replay because I didn't advertise this live session. I wanted to just take a couple of minutes here on a Friday. This was as I was editing one of my journal articles. I thought I'd just come live and talk with you guys about academic writing. Now, I'm also getting a chance to test eCam to see whether or not my eCam broadcast is going out both on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time. The last time I did a live session a few weeks ago, I did each session separately because I was seeing information coming out from people that they weren't able to live cast both to Facebook and to YouTube at the same time. So I didn't want you guys to miss out on information about a course I'm teaching called the Dissertation Reboot. And so today, though, I wanted to go ahead and send this out and test it live for both platforms just to make sure it's working. And that way I don't have to set up two separate sessions. Does that make sense? All right. So happy Friday. This will not be a long live cast. I just wanted to come with you just a couple of minutes and talk with you about writing. So today I had this really great lunch with one of my sisters is in town. I went to lunch with her and my mom, and we got a chance to talk about all of the stuff that's happening in our lives and what we're up to. I'm up to starting a podcast and continuing to do stuff here on the Womanist Scholar. And so one of the things that I really shared with them is that I'm finishing up a journal article. I have an article that's been accepted coming out for publication. I'm co-authoring it with another person, another Woodley. You will get to meet Kwonzi Woodley on this article. And so we're authoring this article. The article is going to be coming out this fall, and we're on the final proofs for the article. We just got them. Final proofs with revisions are due by Monday. And one of the things I talked with them about is how I think this is going to be my last journal article, probably for a while, because I'm going to be focusing on getting a couple of books out over the next 3 to 5 years. Now, I've already got one book out. If you haven't picked that up, it's all about designing culturally responsive and inclusive online curriculum. If you haven't gotten that, go ahead, pick that up. I'll leave you a link for that journal article. But the reason that I started thinking about that is, I have been publishing since 2014, I think it is, for the last 10 years. I started off having to do it as part of my work to become a tenured university professor. Hi to everybody that's watching. I know this is impromptu, but I appreciate you showing up. I started publishing because it was a requirement for me to get tenure. And I had to start from scratch learning about the publication process because even though I had worked in higher education for 20 years at that point, almost 20 years at that point, it may have been more than that, I had never worked in a position that required me to publish. And so I had to come from scratch to learn how to publish peer-reviewed journal articles. And so part of what I want to leave as my academic legacy is information for all of you that are interested in getting into publishing, whether it be a peer-reviewed journal article, a newsletter, I've done plenty of those, a blog post, I have a blog, and I have posted for other people's blogs. I've been an invited author on blogs. Whether you're doing that, newsletters, pulling together your first website where you want to create narratives on there, you're publishing your first book, or you'd like to learn about the publishing process, both the academic publishing process, and I really am committed to learning about this KDP, this Kindle Direct Publishing, and then sharing everything I can from that. I've never published in that. I'm an academic, so I've only published through academic publishers and peer-reviewed journals, and my book is through Routledge Publishing. I really want to learn more about non-academic publishing, but teach those of you who are interested in academic publishing the process for publishing. because if you don't know what it's like, you might think it's impossible to do. And I'm here to tell you it's not. You can do anything as long as you have someone teaching you how to do it and you're willing to learn. If you're open and coachable, you're able to do it. And so whether it's publishing your master's thesis, your PhD, getting your first peer-reviewed journal article done, let's see if I can help you with that. Because I know that I needed to learn how to do all of that. I started learning in 2014. My first peer-reviewed journal article came out in 2016, and it's still one of my my most cited journal article was that first one that I put out. So anyway, I want to share with you what that process is. I also want to let you know that for the next few years, my focus is not going to be on peer-reviewed journal articles. I appreciate all of you that have found me and found what I write about, especially around critical pedagogies and online spaces. But now I'm going to focus on books and not as much on peer-reviewed journal articles since I'm no longer a full-time faculty member. I keep telling people I'm retiring. I've retired from, I'm a retired faculty member, but I'm still teaching part-time. So it's technically, I'm not fully retired because I still teach part-time. So maybe I am a former full-time professor. How's that? Is that better? Leave comments and let me know. All right. So now that I'm teaching part-time, I want to do all that I can to help you guys elevate who you're being in the academy by teaching you the process for publishing peer-reviewed journal articles. But I also want to have an impact on those of you that are trying to just do everyday publishing, like in blog posts, like in newsletters, because I actually value those kinds of publications. I use those kinds of publications every single day in my own life. And I think that that is the way for us to share a lot of what we do in academia, a lot of the research we've done to the masses of people. I think that that is a much more meaningful way in which to engage the everyday lives of people, much more than publishing peer-reviewed journal articles, which are only going to get seen by a select group of academics who are looking more than likely to learn from what you're doing in your research and also to aid them with citations for their research, right? So anyway, be aware that in the next few weeks, actually next week, I'm going to start a new playlist on YouTube and start putting out more on Facebook that helps all of you guys get published. All right, it's time for all of us to get published. It doesn't matter if you have a degree or not. We should all be getting published. We should all be putting stuff out there, whether you're doing it in a newsletter, like I said, a blog post, newspaper, a magazine. Let's see how many of us we can get out there, okay? All right, that was it for me today. Just wanted to share with you what it was like reflecting on the fact that I may be doing the final revisions on my last peer-reviewed journal article for my career. We'll see. And let you know that what I'll be coming out with is more in books. Like the next few years are all going to be about books, so you're going to hear about it. But next week, check the playlist on YouTube where you're going to start seeing all about writing. It's all about us getting to publish and us being writers. All right? All right. So thanks so much for stopping and listening. Thanks for checking me out. And if you're watching this after the live went up, know that I did not publicize it ahead of time. It was just kind of impromptu as I started reflecting on some things and taking notes in the margins as I'm finishing up my last peer-reviewed journal article. Okay? All right. So thanks so much for watching. Now, if you're on YouTube, please feel free to like this video once it comes out. Once it's no longer live and it's actually recording, feel free, if you're watching it, to give it a thumbs up. That way it can get pushed out to other people that may be interested in finding out more about getting published. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Hi to my Facebook fam. Hi to the family. I see a couple of my nieces have come on here and said, hi, Auntie. That's good. Hey, Auntie loves you. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great and wonderful weekend.